Shedeur Sanders had it in media availability. Something to say about the quarterback play across the league. We got the clip right here. We're gonna bring that up for you.
What do you got going on?
In my place to answer. That's nothing I can't answer. Not answer, but I know for sure I'm not. I know if you see the quarterback play in the league right now, I know I'm capable of doing better than that.
How do we feel about Shedeur Sanders, currently third string for the Cleveland Browns, calling out quarterback play across the NFL?
They say I'm a hater. On Twitter, they say I'm a hater. So I'm going to shut up and let 2-5 speak, and I'm going to respond.
Do they say you're a hater?
That's what they say.
Do I agree?
Wow.
Yo, first of all, we don't have to look at the whole entire league to see bad quarterback play. We can start with his team. I watched the Browns get a big win against the Green Bay Packers. Didn't they? Boy, the offense, I'm lying. The defense looked good. Joe Flacco, I'm trying to figure out how the hell is he still playing? He must have something on the head coach. He must know some dirt. Because I watched that game, he had 142 yards, no touchdowns. We had a pick. He don't give you that pick. I watched the whole game. The defense saved them, and so did special teams. And the Packers saved them because the Packers did bad for them to do good. All I'm saying is, you don't got to look around the league to see bad quarterback play. You see bad quarterback play every single day at practice, I'm sure. Bad quarterback play every Sunday when you see Joe Flacco take the field. Bad quarterback play when you're watching the film. So we don't need to look around the league. We can stay right here in Cleveland. I'm trying to figure out, what's does Joe Flacco do well? Probably say the plays well. Is that what it is? Maybe could tell you all the mistakes he did on tape well.
Yeah.
Because when you watch him play, he can't throw, he can't read, he can't move. He can't move. The brother is like 40 plus in the NFL starting. I don't want to make this about a Joe Flacco conversation. All I'm saying is it's time for the young dudes to play because Joe looks bad, bro. And he didn't not only look bad this year, he looked bad last year.
In the wise words of Boogie Cousins, it's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say that, Shedeur. It's not ridiculous at all. Quarterback play across the league has been terrible. It's been so terrible. In fact, it's been record-breakingly terrible across the league this season. I had this fun tweet that I saw earlier, and it says NFL offenses are averaging 318 yards per game, the lowest total since 2005, and the third lowest in the total century. Right?
Wow.
I don't think it's crazy for Shedeur Sanders to have that take. Now, E, I know you are a hater, so I want to get your take on this.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Because you are a hater.
That's crazy.
Stop.
Wait, put that in the chat.
Stop. That's crazy. To call a man that pays your salary a hater that's bold. You better than me.
Don't set me up with this premise at all, please.
Acho be hating.
Don't set me up with this premise.
I got you.
I don't think there's no issue. Let me talk to the people. There's no issue with Shedeur Sanders thinking this. There's a gigantic issue with Shedeur Sanders right now saying this. Because Shedeur Sanders, when you say this, what could be implied is what Shady McCoy just said, which is you are better than the starter. So now it could be implied that you're taking a shot at the starting quarterback. Remember what happened during the preseason game when Dylan Gabriel said, I'm about execution, other people are about entertainment. And everybody was like, oh, is that about Shedeur? Shedeur, you doing the same thing. Being a starting quarterback isn't just about talent. Of course, I believe that Shedeur Sanders is more talented than some starters in the National Football League. Now, we're throwing that around way too flippantly, by the way. Way too flippantly. We need to address what quarterbacks then. Let's put a name on it. Let's put an address on it so it don't get lost in the mail, by the way, which we will do during the course of this conversation. But you can't say it. You feel me? Like, you can't say it. You don't want to cause any other drama in the locker room, and you don't want to make it seem like you're trying to usurp the starting quarterback. Y'all just won a game. Y'all just beat a top 2, top 3 team in the NFC. And now you in the locker room saying, I'm better than other quarterbacks in the league. I don't even think Shedeur's wrong. I just don't know that you have to say it.
I got to ask you one thing, though.
Yes, sir.
Are you telling me that Shedeur Sanders, if he's starting quarterback for the Browns when they played the Green Bay Packers, he couldn't do what Joe Flacco did? He couldn't do what Joe Flacco did? Hand the ball off, punt the ball, get a team a pick, don't make no great plays?
But here's my question.
Because you said something, though, right? And when you talk, I listen. So now I'm going to ask you a question.
Yep.
Are you telling me when you watch Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns offense play, You tell me Shedeur couldn't do that against the Green Bay Packers? Because I'm here to tell you that the third string, the kicker could have did the same thing.
No, stop.
What?
Stop.
The brother had 140 yards. No
Shady.
touchdowns.
See, this is a problem. This is why I don't like having these conversations with him. Because Shady just come out here and start talking recklessly as if this same Green Bay Packers team didn't make Jared Goff and the Lions offense look anemic. So sure, could Shedeur have thrown 36 passes and just thrown 1 interception? There's a chance. But could Shedeur have thrown 36 passes and maybe thrown 3 interceptions? There's a chance that happened too. The Detroit Lions with Jared Goff, they played the Green Bay Packers. And Jared Goff had 1 touchdown and 1 pick. He was sacked 4 times. That's Jared Goff.
Wait, where are we going with this?
Where I'm going with this is,
Sure,
maybe Joe Flacco sucked, and Joe Flacco sucked against the Packers. But Jared Goff sucked against the Packers. A lot of people suck against the Packers. So if you telling me, could Shedeur have done this? Maybe, but there's also a chance he couldn't have.
Well, that was their only win. I'm just going for their only win. I'm not going to other games he looked bad in. The other games they lost, that he looked bad, I'm not talking about them games. I'm talking about the only game that the Browns won is against the Packers.
Yeah.
And if you watch that game, because some people might not watch the game. If you didn't watch the game, you see a win column for.
There wasn't,
right?
It was a defense. It was
He played awful.
Correct.
He didn't do anything good.
Correct.
Matter of fact, out of all the 32 starters in the league, where would you rank Joe Flacco? 30th? 29th?
Correct. Somewhere there. But here's my, can we be real? Can we have an uncomfortable conversation?
I'm trying
Can
to
we
be
real?
Okay, we can
Because I'm comfortable.
If the Browns bench Joe Flacco, who's next man up?
Dylan Gabriel.
It's not even Shedeur. I'm going to let that sink in for a moment. And I didn't make that decision. Don't call me a hater. I didn't choose to draft Shedeur in the 5th round. Don't call me a hater. If it was up to me, Shedeur would be starting in Cleveland. It's not. Ownership, management, coaches said that Dylan Gabriel was going to be the number 2. Not me. Don't call me a hater. I didn't do this. Shady didn't do this. The Cleveland Browns have said Shedeur is not even in number 2. So if Flacco sucks, let's say, for example, that a Super Bowl champ, by the way, of which there are only about 56 of them in history, let's say, and less than that, because several people have won multiple Super Bowls. Let's say, for example, Joe Flacco's just terrible. Say he couldn't start for Chaparral High in Arizona. Say he couldn't start for Sierra Canyon. Say he's just terrible.
But you try to be you try to be like sarcastic, but he really is bad though.
But
so you don't have to do all that. You don't have to do all that. Just say, yo, how bad? Because he's really bad.
Sure.
So you don't have to do all that.
But
because he's really bad. Just say how bad he is.
But Shedeur's not the number 2, 2-5.
All right, well, that wasn't the argument. The argument was he said, yo, when you look around the league, I can play because you see a lot of
Man could do better than that.
Where can Shedeur? Where can Shedeur? Who's he starting over?
But he's just saying be able to play because I'm so bad. What I'm saying is your star quarterback for the Browns, Joe Flacco, is so awful that Shedeur could go out there and do the same thing.
Then why
and do better?
Then why isn't he the number 2? Forget Flacco. I mean, why isn't he the number 2?
You sitting over there with all this super experience and as smart as you are, every coach and GMs and ownership don't get it right.
Of course.
All right.
I'm not saying
they got it wrong. They have it wrong. A lot of coaches, a lot of GMs get it wrong. We see it all the time.
1,000% that's possible.
All right. So what I'm saying is, Shedeur Sanders could go right now and start for the Cleveland Browns.
Sure.
And they could win games and he could play better than Joe Flacco.
Here's my thing.
Because Joe Flacco right now is at the bottom of the barrel playing.
I'm not disagreeing with that at all. But here's what we know. Cam Ward, who we all objectively suggested was better than Shedeur. Forget Jackson Dart. Forget Tyler Shuck. Let's just talk about Cam Ward. Cam Ward and the Titans are struggling. 0-3, and Cam Ward hasn't looked great. Bad picks. I think he threw a bad pick 6, if I'm not mistaken, just this last game.
Cam Ward?
Yeah.
Cam Ward.
Yes,
he's struggling.
Yeah.
So are we just why are we just out here assuming that Shedeur is going to walk into the league and be Peyton Manning? Is Shedeur a good player?
He's not saying that.
Yes.
He's not saying
I don't
that.
think he's saying that. I don't think he's saying that.
You took the example of a rookie. Rookie's going to make mistakes.
Correct.
But what my issue is, the same reason why Russell Wilson is not starting no more is because, hey, if you're going to play like a rookie, throwing the ball away when it's 4th and 5, we're going to use rookies for that because that's a rookie mistake.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Joe Flacco, if you go on and put up 140 yards and can't move the ball at all the whole game and be double R as in regular, we can do Shedeur to do that because he's a rookie too.
Sure.
So my thing is, why have an awful vet playing like a rookie when we can get a rookie go out there and play and let him get some experience and play?
But if that's the case, I'm not disagreeing with nothing Shady's saying. I'm not. For the record, I'm not.
All right, so Joe Flacco bad?
Yes.
All right, bet.
Of course.
All right, good. Okay.
Then they should put in Dylan Gabriel because that's the number 2.
Yeah.
And then let Dylan Gabriel
agree.
be bad and then put in Shedeur. Like, I'm not disagreeing with nothing Shady's saying. What I hate is this, and I hate when people don't put addresses on stuff. I hate subtweets. And what Shedeur Sanders did was a subtweet. If you want to say there's a lot of bad quarterback play and I'm better than them, name them. I hate when people come out with top 10 lists or top 50 lists and, oh, this top 10 list is terrible. Well, then who are you kicking out to put somebody in? Because you have to say that somebody's bad so you can start over them. Instead, you got Shady and us over here yelling, pontificating over what quarterbacks could you start over. It can't be Flacco because Dylan Gabriel's the number 2. So who is it? Is it Cam Ward for the Titans? Because he was unanimously the number 1. Is it Russell Wilson? Russell Wilson just threw for 440 yards 2 weeks ago. Now he's benched for Jackson Dart, who they also took in the first round.
With the Saints? I'm going to go over there to the Saints?
That is where you could go.
Okay, so Saints. So I'm going to say the Saints, and I'm going to say also, if Dylan Gabriel goes out there and he doesn't look well, Shedeur will get a chance to play. That's how it works in the league.
Yep.
But all I'm saying is, like, we talking about the starters, and his argument was, hey, there's so many bad quarterbacks and starters, I can go in there and play. Right? Now, you're going about the depth chart, and I get that. But I'm saying, when I look at I don't have to go nowhere. When I stay in Cleveland, I look at the quarterback there, the brother has more interceptions than touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you learn in football. Hey, as a quarterback, don't throw to your team, not the opposite team.
So let me ask, final question. Sorry for being here too long.
Joe regular though. You like Joe.
I got a question for you then, Shady. Is your argument that Shedeur should start, or is your argument Joe Flacco should be benched, let Gabriel go in? Let me just hear this, please.
Joe Flacco should never start it.
Okay.
For one.
Okay.
And I thought that Shedeur Sanders and I thought that Dylan Gabriel should have competed for that job. So now, if he's out there starting Dylan, because I guess he's the guy. Dylan Gabriel, he's starting. Okay, and he doesn't do well. Then Shedeur has his chance to come in there and start.
Yep.
I never thought that it was Joe Flacco should have been in the picture because I watched him play. I watched him play his whole career. He got a championship with Baltimore. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Long time ago, and that was
hard to do though. Stop this, Shady. Hard to do.
Now he had a great playoff run.
Yes, he did.
Right? But his career is
average at best.
Super average.
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
cool.
Yes, sir.
Then you go to last year. They benched Richardson.
Yep.
And that's a terrible idea.
Anthony
then you
Richardson,
brought in Joe. Joe looked awful there. Then right?
I need this.
He didn't look awful
Can I get time?
Can I get time? I give you a
Half
time.
or full?
I'll give you
30.
30. That's all I need.
30.
Only 30.
The most respected of coaches in the NFL right now are Andy Reid, they're Sean Payton, they're Nick Sirianni,
and
Mike Tomlin.
I heard him.
And what did Mike Tomlin say?
Right, and was
Mike Tomlin said, we said, do not let Anthony Richardson get hurt. We don't want Flacco in the game. So while Shady over here talking, don't let him deceive you. As bad as Joe Flacco was, Mike Tomlin, a future Hall of Fame head coach, went on record yesterday.
Yes, he said
and
that.
literally said, don't let Anthony Richardson
And was he
get
right
hurt.
or wrong? Was he right or was he wrong? Like the word he says gospel. You can be a great coach and make mistakes. Was he right or was he wrong?
Then who we gonna listen to?
I'm asking you, Mike Tomlin, who I respect.
Yep.
Was he right or was he wrong? You brought his name up like you about to do something.
But here's my problem.
Like he about to do something.
But here's the thing is.
He ain't gonna answer me though. He might answer you. Ask him, was he right or was he wrong? He won't answer me.
Was he right or was he wrong?
Anthony Richardson is obviously awful.
Was he right or was he wrong?
In that situation, I believe he was right, but I hear what your point is. But here's what I hate what you do, Shady. So we can never listen to any coaches that disagree with you. Because I can't listen to Mike Tomlin. He was wrong. The Cleveland Browns coaches, they can't get it wrong. Every time, Shady, is the coach can't get it right. The coach can't get it right. Coaches are coaches for a reason, 2-5.
Yeah, but you watch the game, bro. You got.
Come on,
man.
I
always tell people, I always tell fans this because obviously fans won't know as much as the players that played. Cool, but I tell them. I say, yo, what's your eyes tell you? I call it the eye test.
Yeah.
What's your eyes tell you? And when you watch Joe Flacco, your eyes tell you he's not good. But they're going to tell you about the Super Bowl. They don't tell you about all this other stuff. He's a veteran. They're going to tell you all that. Like Mike Tomlin told everybody that. Because he's a great coach and we listen to him. But he's not always 100% right. And when you watch him and your eyes tell you, damn, he can't play.
So we've agreed to this.
That Joe can't play?
Peacefully, I've already agreed to that. Shady, you keep asking me these same questions.
Okay.
We've agreed to this. Shedeur Sanders could start for 2 organizations right now. The Saints and the Browns. Shady and I have both heard a story.
Saints and the Browns.
We've both heard a story. I will keep it off the record about the Saints. You've heard it like I've heard it. I'm going to keep it off the record. But Shady and I both heard the story at the same time about the Saints interview. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
I won
there. Leave it at that.
I won there. I don't do the chatty patty. I won there. That's what they told us. I
Of
won
course,
there.
of course.
You know what I mean, Karen? I won there.
I hear you.
But
I hear you.
I'm
not no snitch either.
But this, we heard it by someone we respect. I will say it like that. We heard it by someone we mutually respect about the Saints interview. Boom, I'll leave that to the side.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns, they chose Dylan Gabriel over him.
Look.
So all I'm saying is this. If Shedeur, I think Shedeur could start. I think he could start, but put an address on it. Because it's got lost in the mail. UPS driving around.
Y'all talk tonight. Y'all talk tonight.
South Beach?
Nah, he ain't starting no.
I'm
Nah,
just
that's South
saying.
Beach. Nah, not Miami, probably right now.
South Beach.
Look, y'all talked a lot during the game tonight about Marvin Harrison Jr. and confidence, right?
Yep.
Y'all talked about how your confidence means everything. I'm okay with my third string quarterback having this level of confidence. You want to know why? I haven't seen it yet. Let him go out there and show it. And also, we had a fun super chat from Jared Thomas. He said, Acho, doing stuff like putting Dylan over Shedeur is exactly why the Browns never win. You played there before. You should know that they suck.
He should know that.
But
He
I
should know.
also-
What's his name? What's his name?
Jared Thomas.
Jared Thomas.
But I also think, and Social Trade chime in after this thought though. But I also think Shedeur Sanders making statements like this and a third string quarterback being in the news is why Shedeur Sanders isn't necessarily starting. It's not about talent. With Shedeur, it's never been about talent. Some people suggested it's about race. Others have suggested it's about culture and his boisterous personality. It's never been about talent. So this isn't about talent. I do not want my third string quarterback in the news. Who's the Cowboys' third string quarterback? You a Cowboys fan? You don't even know. That's my point. You don't know. I don't know the Eagles' third string quarterback. Y'all probably don't know your team's favorite third string quarterback. Who?
You don't know the 13 Eagles?
Who?
That's crazy, dog.
Exactly.
That's crazy, yo.
And yet here we are having a 20-minute passionate conversation about a third string quarterback. Because when push comes to shove, third string quarterback's supposed to do two things. Get water and get clipboards. That's it. Until your number is called. Russell Wilson is a third string quarterback right now for the New York Giants. And what did he say at the podium? This is a future Hall of Famer speaking. At the podium, he said 2 days ago, I'm just here to serve my teammates as best as possible. That's it. That's it. This is Russ talking. A future Hall of Famer. And you want Russ to go serve Jackson Dart. And Russell Wilson said, I'm just here to serve my teammates. This backup bum Jackson Dart, I say backup and bum because we don't know anything about him. He might be a great player, part of my passion. And if Russ is going to say that, why is Shedeur saying, I can start over a bunch of quarterbacks? That's just what... And maybe I'm a punk, maybe I'm a coward, maybe I'm weak, maybe that's why I never started in the National Football League, but your boy, they'll get some accolades off the field. Maybe all of those things. But why is the third string Q in the news? Social Trey, you had a thought, bro. You had a thought.
I just want to cut the tension just a little bit.
Please.
It's
Acho,
good tension. It's good tension.
See Acho get, bro.
Yeah, we can woo-side if we need to, but I did want to ask. This reminds me of when LeBron tweeted and said, man, I'm watching these games and half these dudes, Bronny better than. Yeah. What y'all think is more
that's a good
outlandish?
Nah,
Shedeur saying this about himself or Bron saying this about Bronny? What y'all think?
It's got to be Bronny.
I think it was more outlandish for the Bronny comment.
People thought Shedeur was the top two quarterback in the...
Yeah. Shedeur was good in college.
Shedeur wasn't supposed to be a third string. And I think he still believes that himself, which is why he feels this way.
Karen has said, like, you're calling him a third string because that's what he's labeled as, but nobody looks at him as a third string quarterback. The same way nobody looks at him as a fifth round quarterback.
Got you. Yep.
We all expected if you...
real quick.
Should
we hit a woo-side? You good, Shady? Just woo-side. Just woo-side.
Just give us one.
Just see how you feel.
Just one.
Just one woo-side. You got it.
1, 2, 3.
I ain't doing that.
See, that's why he's so tense.
Yeah,
that's why he got all these anger issues.
That's
That's why he got all these anger because you know that he don't loosen up,
man.
He don't
be able to loosen
up.
up.